You're traumatized by your experience with a sociopath. Then you face a divorce, child custody or some other court battle against the sociopath and you're traumatized all over again. The sociopath lies about you, smears your reputation and makes false accusations against you. So do his or her attorneys, and the clueless judge allows all of it. 30 years ago, Dr. Karen Huffer, a marriage and family therapist, witnessed this phenomenon among her clients. No matter what she did to help them, they kept getting worse. Then she realized that everything she did for them was being undone when they went to court. Her clients were up against sociopaths, antisocials, narcissists, borderlines, histrionics, psychopaths. Dr. Huffer calls these people power-centered individuals. The sociopaths were not in court for equitable distribution or to protect the interests of the children. They were there to grind her clients into the dirt, and the legal system often assisted in the destruction. Legal abuse syndrome. Dr. Huffer called the phenomenon legal abuse syndrome. It's a form of post-traumatic stress disorder, a psychiatric injury caused when legal authorities fail to uphold their responsibilities to provide a fair venue for justice. Her book teaches you how to overcome legal abuse syndrome in 8 steps. These 8 steps are also good for helping you overcome the injury inflicted by a sociopath, even if you aren't in court against the person. They are debriefing, grieving, obsession, blaming, de-shaming, reframing, empowerment, recovery. The idea is to recognize when you are being assaulted and respond immediately. In fact, Dr. Huffer says you can minimize the possibility of a psychological assault turning into full-blown legal abuse syndrome by preparing for and processing each assault as it is delivered. Debriefing. The first of Huffer's 8 steps is debriefing, which means telling someone exactly what happened and how you feel about it. In fact, Dr. Huffer has created a debriefing worksheet, a paper with a series of concentric circles where you can record the experience. At the center, you describe the incident. In the ring around it, you describe the impact of the incident. Around that, you describe your feelings about the incident. Finally, in the outside ring, you record the losses you suffered because of the incident. It's very important to be heard. That's why Dr. Huffer recommends completing the debriefing worksheet with another person. Sometimes, however, it's difficult to find someone who can listen to you appropriately. You may have noticed the eyes of your friends and family members glazing over as you try to explain what you endured. One reason is that everyone has protective filters. When your story impacts the sense of safety of others, they may feel threatened and start to tune out of the conversation. Even some therapists don't understand the depth of the injury and the best way to help you. What's wrong with me? My life and priorities seem irrelevant to the court. Are you ensnared in the judicial system, fearful, incredulous, isolated, beyond rage, feeling alienated? This unique book conjoins law, therapy, and research revealing a subtype of post-traumatic stress disorder called legal abuse syndrome. Legal abuse syndrome helps victims overcome psychological devastation caused by prolonged injustice. Through facts, graphics, and heart-rendering vignettes, readers grasp elements of this psychic injury, recognize its causes, and benefit from the therapeutic steps provided. This book is a self-help tool for cumulative trauma. When systems of care, i.e., the judicial system, cause or exacerbate medical conditions due to extreme stress, the dilemma presents a public health problem as well as a multidisciplinary legal medical professional challenge. There is nothing wrong with you, you need a game changer that bolsters your resilience and confidence. 8 self-help steps guide you through the toughest times of your litigation, illustrated by gripping cases of human courage and principle against the massive power of the judicial system. The people you meet in this book will encourage you. James' case portrays civil court being skewed to cover up a felony while fraud on the court is recklessly used to hide the facts. The issues become twisted into a dizzying house of mirrors with lies taking on a life of their own in the courtroom. When rage is exceeded in the human experience, one either explodes or implodes. Explosion usually results in violations of civility and law, complicating the problem. Implosion leads to health consequences and bitterness. Legal abuse syndrome guides you toward an alternative that allows the victim to skillfully stay in the fight. Along the way, there are gifts in reviving the spirit of justice, a staple of a civilized society.
Normally I don't make videos like this, but today I wanted to teach people a lesson in some way. Here, I'm at a gravesite, yeah? You can't tell me, if I asked you right now, who's the rich one, who's the poor one, who had the biggest house.
Mac and Surviving Rkelly. And they cherry-picked a version and ran with that version. They totally ignore the inconsistencies that all of these witnesses gave in their debriefing. They tried, and I guess they successfully did it, was to massage it. But it's a situation wherein I don't know if I'm more disappointed in the juror's verdict or the government's action in this case.